Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the SWUS. Continuing on with college football week 3. Got a cool Thursday night game here. Arizona State, Texas State. Let's do it.
Welcome to the SWUS. The SWUS. SWUS. Hey, get the SWUS.
So like I said, we got Arizona State on the road to Texas State here, and due to popular demand, they want me to bring this part of the video back, the pie charts. I think this data is kind of stupid, but these videos aren't for me, they're for you. So we're looking at Texas State +2 Monday morning at 9 a.m. Looks like, according to this data, all the action is coming in on the Arizona State side. So let's go ahead and get into this one. We'll start with Arizona State's offense, and they've had a pretty clear-cut plan so far this season. Run the football. They're 9th in the country in run frequency so far, and they've done a pretty good job at it. 29th in yards per carry, 31st in success rate, 36th in effective rush. Offense is currently sitting at 44th in OFEI. Matched up against the Texas State defense that's really done a great job. So far in the season, Texas State 25th in yards per play allowed, 3rd in overall defensive success rate, 27th in PPA. Now, take a closer look at the schedule adjusted metrics here. 105th in effective rush, 104th in effective pass, 95th in DFEI. So yeah, they've played a bit of an easy schedule. Arizona State opened up their season against Wyoming and then Mississippi State. Those are their schedule adjusted FEI ratings next to them: 109.82, 65.45. Compare that to Texas State's opponents so far this season: Lamar, who's obviously an FCS program, and then UTSA, 95 and 108. So no question, Arizona State has played the stronger schedule so far this season, but I gotta say, last week, Texas State made a statement. After stumbling a little bit against Lamar, they beat the life out of the Roadrunners last week, 49-10. And what I really like about this Texas State team so far this year, they've done a great job against the run. Just 66.5 rushing yards per game allowed, 2.25 yards per carry. They've done a great job defending the run. Look what they did to UTSA last week. Roadrunners, 30 carries, 82 yards on the ground, just 2.7 yards per carry. And the reason this is so important, it's becoming pretty clear that Arizona State is not comfortable letting Sam Leavitt throw the ball yet. Here are his numbers on the season: 327 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. But look at the right side of this graphic. An F in big-time throw rate. Want to know why? Because he has 0. He hasn't made a single big-time throw. A+ in turnover-worthy play rate. Want to know why? Because he hasn't forced a single pass. He's literally taken whatever easy throw is there, hasn't forced a single ball yet. Which, I mean, credit to him. That's probably what Ken Dillingham wants him to do. But that's not how football works. You can only get away doing that for so long. Eventually, you're going to be in a situation where you need to try to force some throws. Will that situation be here? Well, when we look at Arizona State's offensive line metrics, they're doing a great job creating space in the run game. As you can tell from their rushing metrics, they're killing it on the ground. 26th in offensive line yards, 24th in stuff rate, 1st in power success rate. But look at their pass blocking metrics. They're struggling to keep Sam Leavitt protected here. And the reason that's crucial, Texas State, yes, they haven't seen the toughest competition yet, but that pass rush looks pretty good. They're 11th in pass rush grade, 31st in sack rate, 17th in pressure rate, and 12th in pass rush win rate. We just looked at the previous graphic before this. Arizona State, 105th in pressure rate allowed. So Arizona State better be able to run the football in this game, because the Bobcats pass rush should be able to get home here. And look how Sam Leavitt has looked under pressure so far this season. We haven't seen a ton of it because they've just been running the shit out of the ball, but his numbers look terrible when pressured. So like I said, Arizona State better be able to run the ball in this game, or they might be in a situation offensively. Now, the good news for Arizona State, Scatabo looks unstoppable. 262 rush yards, 7.9 yards per carry. That was in the Mississippi State game alone. They ran all over Mississippi State, and they kind of did the same thing to Wyoming as well. And to be honest, there's a couple things that concern me for Arizona State, despite starting the season with 2 impressive wins. Their opener against Wyoming, the game was kind of over before it started. I mean, they had a defensive touchdown early. I mean, I think it was the first or second play of the game, if I'm not mistaken. They got up 2 or 3 scores. Wyoming had a brand new quarterback making his first start. You get up on a team like Wyoming, they're not really the type of team that can throw their way back into the game. So all they had to do was lean on them for the rest of that. And then last week against Mississippi State, they were up 27-3 at half it was. And then it seemed like Mississippi State came out of the tunnel with a game plan in the second half, force Arizona State to throw the ball, make Sam Leavitt beat them through the air. and they almost came all the way back. It finished as a one-score game. It was a 30-23 final. So I do like that for Texas State. I feel like they could take a good look at that Mississippi State game and come out with a game plan that really puts Sam Levin in a tough spot here, and I expect them to do that. On the other side, we got the Texas State offense, which is definitely looking pretty dangerous here with Jordan McLeod at quarterback. They're actually 10th in the country in yards per play, just 66th in success rate, 85th in PPA though, so haven't been quite as efficient as the yardage indicates. But look at their rushing numbers. Pretty solid here. 45th, 43rd, 44th, rated 60th in OFEI so far. Offensive line numbers look okay. I mean, they definitely need to improve in the pass blocking department, but nothing really to take away here. Jordan McLeod off to kind of the start we expected. I mean, look at his numbers from last year. 32 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 8.9 yards per pass attempt. This year, 9.6 yards per pass attempt. This dude's a walking big play. Has made a couple mistakes. He's thrown an interception in each game, but he's still sitting with a really nice turnover-worthy play rate, so he's not being careless with the football. Arizona State's defense. All right, on paper, it looks excellent. 13th in the country in yards per play allowed, 11th in success rate, 2nd in PPA. They're rated 37th in DFEI. But here's the thing. I'm not sold at all on this Arizona State defense, specifically against the pass. I mean, I really don't trust them against the run either, but that opener against Wyoming, like I said, you put a first-time quarterback on the road in Tempe, down 2 scores. I mean, it was just a nightmare spot. Of course, the Arizona State defense was going to look elite in that spot. And then last week they saw Blake Shapen, and Blake Shapen pieced them up a little bit. 18 of 28, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, 168.3 passer rating. I mean, they were struggling to make stops in that second half. Keep in mind, Arizona State got another defensive touchdown in that game. So that game could have looked very differently, kind of like the Wyoming one, if they didn't jump out to that early lead. Keep in mind, this Arizona State defense is not healthy. They're missing a safety. I think they're missing 2 linebackers. They're banged up on the defensive side of the ball. Jordan McLeod should be able to do whatever he wants here at home against this secondary. And by the way, Texas State can run the ball too. They have 2 backs. So far through the first 2 games, they're averaging 204 rush yards per game, 4.7 yards per carry, 6 rushing touchdowns. They got 2 backs. One dude's averaging 4.9 yards per carry. One dude's averaging 7.8 yards per carry. So this Texas State offense can score on you in a number of ways, and let's not forget, this Arizona State defense looked somewhat formidable last season as well. Through the first 7 games last year, they were allowing just 117 rushing yards per game, 3.67 yards per carry. Look how they finished the season. 171 rushing yards allowed per game, 5.18 yards per carry. So look, I don't trust this Arizona State defense. Like I said, I like this Texas State team. I think they're going to go off. I think it's the right side to be on. Give me Texas State money line. You know what? I'll take the 1.5. Whatever. Give me the Bobcats. If you want to see all the bets I currently have open, head over to KyleKirms.com and click on Open Bets. You'll see all of my bets as well as everyone on the staff here. Also, when you sign up to Sauce Network Plus, it comes with access to the Discord, and you can participate in the weekly betting league. $150 and a trophy go to the winner every single week. The new league starts today, Thursday. So when you're watching this, you have about 7 hours to get in on the new week. So yeah, head over to the website and sign up if you're interested. Let's have ourselves a nice week 3 here. Remember to bet responsibly. Talk to you in the Discord.